Ladies and gentlemen.
Where are they now? The viral Catch Me Outside girl.
Catch me outside, how about that?
In 2016, Danielle Bregoli became an overnight sensation with one line on Dr. Phil. That viral moment, it changed everything. After her viral moment, Danielle capitalized on the fame, turning controversy into a music career and social media empire. She reinvented herself, landing a record deal and dropping her first hit, These Ho, making her the youngest female rapper to debut on Billboard. Fast forward to today, Bregoli has amassed millions through music, brand deals, and even OnlyFans, reportedly making $50 million in a year. Despite the controversies, Danielle has spoken out about her struggles, from overcoming addiction to giving back to her community. In 2024, she even became a mother, marking a new chapter in her life.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of four.
Danny, get off the car. Are you even
Millions of free child place holidays available with 22 kilos.
Y'all, I swear on everything. I swear on everything that I love. I am not dealing with this man no more ever again in my life. I have went through so much shit trying to love this person. I went through so much shit trying to understand this person. I have went through so much shit. I have suffered so much trying to deal with this man. I have to explain my way of thinking. Yo. Bro.
So, as a lot of y'all have seen, everybody's favorite white chocolate hood rat is all online having a nervous breakdown over this narcissistic bandit. This man that has been abusing her, this man who she allowed to get her pregnant. She's having a breakdown. He's driving her crazy, and she does not know how to handle it. Like a lot of women don't know how to handle them. So all of her internet aunties are coming out to give her some grace and to give her some advice. You know how they do. She didn't choose to listen before. A lot of women are giving her grace. Some women are coming out and scolding her. Specifically, one, Little Tay is coming out to give her words. A lot of y'all don't know who Little Tay is. She just turned 18. She's on OnlyFans making millions from these perverted men who couldn't wait to see her turn 18 and get naked. She still looks like a 12-year-old little boy. So we're going to get into some of the comments of the women who wanted to give her some advice on how to deal with this man, and some advice to you ladies who are dealing with men like them. And I will be back.
Tino Farah, and I am a licensed domestic violence counselor, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with Bhad Bhabie / Danielle Bregoli. She is currently experiencing narcissistic abuse, and what happened was the first stage is idealization, and she is a victim. That man saw her. He saw her strength. He saw her confidence. He saw she had, a big talk, and his goal was to break her down. Narcissists get off, they get a sick high on taking someone who's on a pedestal and placing them below the floor. And that's exactly what he did. So these types of individuals, they put you through a cycle of abuse. And it is a pathological process designed to break you down. The first stage is idealization. They treat you like you are a queen, okay? They're telling you, I've never met anyone like you before, and you're this. They're showing up. They're answering your texts on time. They're saying good morning. They're giving you updates. They are going the full mile. They are acting like the perfect man. And what happens? You fall for them and you get emotionally attached. Once you're emotionally attached, you are hooked. Once you're emotionally attached, you are in their game. Now the fun has started for them. Now they're ready. They're ready. The next stage is devaluation. Once you're in the devaluation stage, when the narcissist starts to try and make you question your worth. You know, this is when the insults come, you know, like, oh, you really shouldn't be doing this or this and this and this. Or they try and make you jealous. They'll go out to the club and they start using your insecurities against you. So maybe you say, oh, I'm skinny and I'm insecure about women with yayas and a big bum. Sorry, I don't want to get like banned by TikTok. That's why I'm using like weird words. But you know what I'm saying. Suddenly they're in the club posted up with women with big yitties and yayas. They do it on purpose. They're trying to make you question your worth. They're trying to make you feel insane. They're trying to make you feel inferior. They're trying to break down your confidence. Next stage is the discard phase. So this is when they toss you to the side, treat you like you're nothing, and they do this strategically. They don't just say, I'm done with you. They'll either treat you so horribly that you have no choice to leave, and that's called a reverse discard, or they will do something very, very cruel. They will work on your insecurities. So if you're insecure about being cheated on, whatever, blah, 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 they will purposely cheat on you in a way that you can see. Maybe that's in your house that you come back to, you catch them, but they will do that in a very, very cruel manner, and it'll be left with no apology. They are very strategic on leaving people in a state of confusion. That's their goal. That's what keeps you hooked. After they do their last, final, cruel, whatever, they will choose silence. And when they're silent, the victim is scrambling, okay? The victim is doing everything they can to get that man back to when she met him, trying to get him back. But the thing that a lot of these victims don't realize is the person that she met, the person that was putting her through that cycle, never existed. It was a strategically planned event. Victims don't realize that it was all fake. They think, oh no, but he was so nice, but he was so this, but he was so this. It was fake. And it was designed to get you attached. Now you're their toy, and now you're playing their game. Now they're in the Hoover phase. The way that they hoover you is by purposely targeting your insecurities. So maybe you have daddy issues. Now they're going to come in and try and act like a father figure, like a savior, you know, or maybe you have abandonment issues. They're going to target all those exact insecurities, and it's all designed so that you come back, you get triggered. When you're triggered, you're confused. When you're confused, you're easy to manipulate. Then you respond to their trigger, which is what they want. You're not supposed to respond, but when you're in the cycle, like, it's emotional whiplash. How do you know? You know? So I understand. And when you're in that phase, you're going to react, and you're going to be like, no, this isn't this, or you're going to get angry, most likely. And this is where the reactive abuse starts. Reactive abuse is when an abuser purposely targets your insecurities, etc., and it's designed to make you act insane. And when you act insane, what do? They record it. And when they record it, they send it out. This helps them dodge accountability. This helps them instill DARVO. DARVO is an acronym. It stands for Deny, Attack, Reverse, Victim, Offender. Now they can DARVO you. You fell into their trap. They're going to take the proof of you reacting towards their abuse, of you being pushed to the edge, and they're going to say, see, she's crazy. See, she's obsessed with me. See, she's unstable. And they have the proof to back it up because they invented that proof by pushing you to the edge. That's exactly what we are seeing with Danielle. I feel very, very bad, and I'm very, very empathetic and understanding. I mean, this is my line of work. I work with domestic violence victims. I work with people that have experienced emotional abuse, and that's exactly what she's going through. And when you're going through it, you don't know. You're in the cycle. They're mean to you, then they're nice, then they hoover, then they do this. Like, you are in the cycle. And it's also very upsetting towards the people who don't understand what she's going through, that are posting videos saying like, oh, this is embarrassing. She's humiliating herself. She's a clown. She's a victim. She was put through the cycle of abuse. In terms of Danielle or Bad Baby, whichever, truly want her to get help. I want her to call the hotlines, do the work, go and speak in group things, group therapy, because what she's going through, it's not unique. It's the cycle of abuse. And there are answers, there is help, but you have to want it. You have to wake up. Statistics say it takes on average 7 tries to leave an abusive man. Once you're put through that cycle, your brain is on a different level. And there are scans. See, PTSD, it alters your brain chemistry completely. And this is backed by neuroscience. This is data. This is facts. These are statistics. So before you want to label her as a clown or, embarrassing, understand domestic violence, understand neuroscience, understand the cycle of abuse, and it completely makes sense.
After seeing Bad Baby on top of that car, I do think it's time that we give the girl some grace. I feel like we tend to forget that this girl was on Dr. Phil at the age of 13, which only means she blew up at 13. And I bring this up because we've all seen it. We see how a lot of child stars end up. I kid you not, if their parent only saw them as a cash grab, as a cash opportunity, they're probably not okay mentally. Not only did Bad Baby have an unfit mother, but she was also sent to some program. This program, she literally states how they abused her there. Not only that, but she also had a security guard that groomed her for years. Everyone knows this fact. If you grow up in Hollywood, you will be exposed to so much more than the average child. And God forbid you have parents who don't care about you. If you don't have any type of structure, good luck. Because there's a chance where you might end up just like
let's
that.
Talk about it, because y'all missed the whole freaking point yesterday. It was not about it being her car or his. The truth is she is trauma bonded to that man. She needs to heal her inner child because she has been failed by every adult in her life, even as a teen. Until she heals her inner child, she's going to continuously go back. Remember, even her bodyguard was having relationships with her from a young age, which means her mom failed her. Until she heals that kind of trauma, she will continue to go back to people who are like narcissists. It doesn't matter if it's her car, his car. She claimed LV had money, was on the same level as her. So I assumed it was his, but that was not the point. The point is she has a child who is watching this, and once you have kids, it's your responsibility to heal those things, or else your kids grow up seeing those things, which you pass on trauma to them as well. And so then the cycle continues. So I hope she finds the inner strength to break that cycle within herself before Callie grows up doing the same thing. Generational curses are absolutely real. And then to bring it on the internet is so freaking sad. I think they're both wrong. They both get on the internet. She says all the things he's done, and then he gets on the internet saying, I'm trying to expose her. She says it's me, but look, it's her. But as always, let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know your experience. And I know that a victim usually goes back to an abuser 7 times, but at some point, when you have kids, you have to say enough's enough.
Hey, baby, stop crying to the internet when everybody been telling you to leave that man, but you never listen, okay? So guess what? No one gives a shit anymore. Nobody cares. You do it to yourself. And look, since Levon spent all your money at the club, I'll pay for your therapy. I'll even pay off the $674,452.40 that you owe to American Express. I'll do it. And shit, if you need someone to take care of Callie, I'll do that too, because I can be the phone.
When I tell you a bitch that don't know about abuse but speak on it so fucking fast, like, little bitch, shut the fuck up. You already get on the internet nerves, and then as soon as you turn 18, you ready to start some coochie, so stop it. You try to be in the same motherfucking boat but cannot compare. Your parents took care of your ass and you put on the front for the fucking internet. You died about 5 times and came back to life. Like, it's always the motherfuckers who never been through abuse but want to disagree and talk about, oh, this person should have did this. The internet told her to leave his ass. She did this wrong. Do you know why trauma victims take forever to leave their abusers? It's because of the fact trauma is all they know. When your body forms a pattern, it's hard to break a pattern. It's an addiction. Do you understand that? Her first abuser was her mother. Therefore, trauma is all she knows. And every time she's trying to leave him and she makes her mind up that, hey, I'm going to leave him this time, her body, her mind reacts to where, oh my God, I'm scared to leave this person. Because change scares trauma victims. How do I know this?
The reason Danielle Bregoli won't leave that man is because she is convinced she needs him. At her very, very core, she thinks she needs this man to survive. And to outsiders, this isn't going to make any sense to you. She's very successful on her own. It's very clear that this man is dragging her down. And he does nothing but hurt her. So why in the world does she stay? And I'm saying this as someone that's been there. It's because she's toxic in her own way. She thinks she needs him. She thinks she's not going to be able to get that love from anyone else. She thinks if she says or does the right thing, or maybe she's just not being understanding enough, this guy will change, that he will treat her better. And this is the reason people in these relationships break up and get back together so much. The reason they tell other friends all this stuff that's happening but still go back to the same person is because she thinks this is the only person that will truly complete her. But girl, you do not need this man. You do not need him to be okay. You will be fine without him. But she hasn't realized that herself yet. And usually this kind of stuff takes a lot of therapy. A lot of people telling them to go. A lot. Just a lot of repeated trying and trying over again to actually make the change.
You guys also see that video of Bad Baby on the hood of that car? Because that was impressive. That guy was trying to get her off of that. He was flooring it, and she was hanging on. She was squealing like crazy, but she stood her ground. Like, that's very impressive.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
I feel really bad for Bad Baby. Yes, that was her on top of that vehicle. That was Lavon's vehicle, her baby daddy, and somebody that has put hands on her before. Somebody that completely has manipulated and brainwashed her, I feel like. And it breaks my heart for her because a lot of women go through this. And even to hear her speak about it, it kind of says like she's still clinging on to this guy. I don't think she has yet realized how manipulated she is.
I really don't even know. I don't even know what to do. I feel so stuck. Like everywhere I turn, it's just a wall.
A part of me wants to blame her for allowing this to happen, but then you have to understand how narcissists work, and this is completely the actions of a narcissist. I think he's really it's just an awful situation. I hate to see her go through this.
Tweet about Bad Baby that said these niggas will make you have a mental breakdown. My response to that is that's only if you allow these niggas to make you have a mental breakdown, bro. You shouldn't be going through that at no age because of a man putting you through that, but especially not at 22 years old, bro. Like, I just looked that up. She's only 22 years old, and she's already going through that. And, you know, I keep up with her from time to time. Like, I'm not locked in on her career and stuff like a lot of people are. You know, I heard a lot of her diss tracks that she done this year. They were dope as fuck, but, like, for her to be going through that, you know, it's unnecessary as fuck, bro. Like, at this point, why do you need that nigga around? You know, and like I'm being for real. Like, what does he bring to your table outside of chaos? You know, because at some point you have a choice to make. You know, you can have peace on your table or you can have chaos on your table, and it's up to you to decide what the fuck you want to feast on, like on some real shit. At some point, it's just better to decide that it's better to do life alone, bro. You know, like if somebody's putting you through so much hell, you know, to get to your own personal version of heaven on earth, you gotta do life alone, man. You know, there's, you know, and there's probably people that will be like, man, she probably stays with bruh, first of all, because she loves him, but just secondly, she probably wants that togetherness of a family. You know, she wants to raise her child in a 2-person household. And bro, I'll never say F them kids at all. I'm not that kind of person. But that whole idea, bro, fuck that family shit. Like real life, like that shit is used so much as an excuse sometimes for y'all just not, and this goes for men and women, for y'all just not wanting to get out of the situation because you love that person so much. Ain't enough love on this motherfucking earth, bro. There's not. Fuck that family shit. Because at some point you gotta realize, you know, all you're doing is raising that child up to the age of them understanding what the fuck is going on, of like, damn, my mom and dad have a fucked up relationship. My daddy ain't shit. My mama ain't shit. And I see what's going on now. And like, I'm living in hell as a child, bro. You don't want to raise no kid in that situation, bro. Like you got at some point you got to choose peace.
Video got leaked of Bad Baby crying on top of her baby daddy's car, refusing to get off while he's trying to drive away. Take a look at the clip for yourself.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Jenny, get off the car. Are you looking safe?
Free child place holidays available.
There has been no type of context released as to why they were arguing or fighting or why she's even on top like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Bad Baby has way too much money. If there's a problem in your relationship, I'm sure you can find another man. Why are you putting yourself through this embarrassing situation where you have to literally be on top of his car in order for him to not leave? And then on top of that, they're recording you and now it's online all over the internet. And again, I don't really know too much about Bad Baby, but from what I know, I think she already had problems with her baby daddy, right? Regardless though, let me know what you think about the situation. And honestly, like I said, I feel like she has way too much money and she's too famous to even be doing this type of stuff.
So I know everybody is different. And as I'm looking through the comments, I'm seeing a lot of women saying it's hard to leave. Y'all don't understand how abuse works and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I'm not the type that it would be hard to leave. I've never been abused, so I guess I would never know. Because you put your hand on me one time, I'm like, either one of us is dying. One of us is going to die. I don't think it's going to be me. You're not going to sleep comfortably that night. You're not going to be able to eat around me and feel safe. If you like literally put your hands on me and like think you're going to hurt me and think you're going to sleep or eat around me and be safe. Like if you're trying to hurt me or to take my life or to like actually harm me, like I don't see how men do that and think that they're going to get to live a comfortable life around y'all. Like I don't see how they really have it in their mind that they can just be comfortable. And y'all let them be comfortable and y'all still sit up there and love on them and like give yourself to them and be with them. So, like, I guess we're just all different. I guess they actually have to know you first before they attempt this stuff with y'all, because we're not all the same. So I think they have to actually know the woman that they're with before they attempt to put their hands on you. They have to, like, kind of scope you out. They scope their victims out. I guess that's what it is, because, yeah, we're not all created equal, because they know who they got before they start doing this stuff. I guess that's what it is, because I'm not the one. I don't know. I'm not going to even say that it's a Virgo thing, because Keke Palmer, she kept letting that man put hands on her. So I don't know. I guess it's all an individual case thing. And I know that one woman said that her mom started out abusing her, and I don't even know if that's the case, because I know her mom had took her on the Dr. Phil show, and that to me was saying that her mom was trying to get her help. And even when I saw that show, I remember being old enough to watch that show, and it seemed like to me that she was abusing her mama. Like she was putting hands and feet on her mama and cussing her mama out at that time. So I don't know, y'all. Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this. Have you ever been abused? Explain to me, Like, why was it so hard for you to leave? I know a lot of women stay because of financial reasons. They don't have like the funds to leave, and a lot of these men abuse these women by trapping them with kids, because they know with kids it'll be financially harder for the women to leave. And I know that's a big reason a lot of the women don't leave. But some of these women don't even have kids. She was with him before she got pregnant, and even after she got pregnant, she has the financial means to leave this man, and she still is not leaving him. She has all the resources to leave this man, but yet she's getting online and telling us all of the things that she's doing. So I don't know. Y'all get down in the comments and explain to me if you were abused and why you stayed. Like, what were your reasons? Did you just not have the support you needed? Was it like, is it really, is the D that good that you're like so connected to them? Like, was it really that good? Can you admit that you had low self-esteem? Was it a soul tie? Was he your first? Did you just like, what was it? Because I think it's a demonic. That's the main thing that I'm thinking is, I think that it's a worship of these men. And I think it's a demonic soul tie that women have once you have sex with these men. I really think it's a demonic soul tie to these men that women cannot break. I think it's the sex. I really think it's the sex that ties women to these men, and it makes it hard for women to let go. And I think that these men, something in them knows that once they get you that way they can treat you any kind of way they want to. Certain women, not all women. Some women are strong enough to resist it, but some women are really weak. And I think that the demons in them can sense it, and then they just push it to the limit. So get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, and I will talk to you ladies later. Bye.